Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kyra, and today I'm bringing to you a get ready with me using my most neglected products in my collection, or products that I just haven't used all that much. So, like I said, these are not new products, but they are products that I either never got to know properly or products that I haven't used in a really long time and don't really remember my thoughts on the products. But before we get into that, if you're new here, a very special welcome to you. I hope you will consider subscribing before you leave if you like what you see today. It's free, it's easy, and it helps you find my videos more easily Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday when I upload. And allegedly, if you ring that notification bell to all, YouTube will let you know when that happens. At the time that I'm filming this video, it is still August and I am still not wearing foundation. So I went straight in with concealer. And this is the Hello Fab Bendy Avocado Concealer in the shade 3. I just applied this under my eyes as well as over a few blemishes and over the upper lip to sort of take down the look of the melasma. I don't know why I don't use this more, but I am starting to make a more conscious effort in using this product because it is the oldest concealer, I'm pretty sure, in my collection, and it's a good shade match for me right now, and I can start to see little windows cropping up in the tube here, so that's why I'm using it today. And then even when I'm not wearing foundation, I do like a nice little base of powder, but the one I use today and I haven't used for quite some time is the Ulta Beauty Mineral Setting Powder. This is a loose powder. I do really like this one, but I did decide today I think I prefer this actually over a foundation versus just a powder for the face. But it was good to use it again, and I'm excited to use it more once I'm wearing foundation again. So the bronzer that I went ahead and picked today was actually a hard choice. There's a few I haven't used a lot most recently, but the one that's certainly the most neglected is this little mini from BareMinerals. This is their Endless Summer Bronzer in the shade Warmth. This is just, like I said, a little mini deluxe size. I do like this one, and I'm not for sure why I don't use it more, but I thought today would be a good time to break it out. I will say it almost seems like this is like developing a little bit of hard pan to me. So I want to see today if we can kind of bust through that, or if it's just not going to be something that I use again in the future. So I'm just applying this in all the places I would normally apply bronzer. I like to kind of make the forehead look a little smaller by putting it right in here, and then I kind of connect them a little bit up practically into my hairline. And I am applying this bronzer as I've been applying all bronzers lately, and that is using the wave technique. This is not a new technique if you ask any makeup artist. I believe it was Julia Adams MUA that I first saw this technique from, and I just love it because it really does look sun-kissed. To me anyway. So I don't think this is something I'll necessarily get rid of right now, but it's still not a favorite. I don't know that I will reach for it again, but I'm going to give myself the opportunity to, or maybe just leave this out for a few days and kind of retest it. But you'll be able to see kind of the darker speckled parts are what look like hard pan to me, and even when I was swatching this last night, it was a little bit more difficult to swatch, so hopefully that doesn't mean that it's like going bad or anything. All right. For blush, I haven't used this for an absolute eon. There's been a couple of times where I pulled it out against other blush to use for a look, and then it always goes back in the drawer instead of being used, and that is the Laura Geller Baked Blush in Brighton, and this is in the shade Tropic Hues. It's such a pretty color, and I like that it has sort of those like NARS orgasm vibes, but without like super chunky glitter. And this is such a perfect like summer blush too. So I'm not for sure why she gets so neglected, but she's getting her due diligence today. But it is a nice, pretty color. It's flattering to my skin tone. It kind of comes off like a pinky coral, a lot like NARS Orgasm, like I said. So I don't mind it or anything. I'm not for sure why I don't reach for it more, but maybe now I will. For highlight, this is definitely a product that has not gotten its due diligence from me, whether on my channel or off. It's this little quad from RMS Beauty. It's called the Living Luminizer Glow Quad, and it has 4 different products in here, kind of like a little sample thing, if you will. The one that we're going to be using today is this, yes, this one right here, which is the good old Magic Luminizer. So I'm going to first pick this up on my ring finger, looks like this, and I'm going to apply it to my face, starting off with my finger. Ooh, look at that. But then I'm going to go in with the sponge and sort of press it all in. But this one is definitely the most opaque out of the 4. And of course the one is more of like a bronzer shade. I don't think I want such an opaque highlight on the nose and the Cupid's bow, so I'm going to go into the one right next to it, which is kind of got like a greenish hue to it, but it's more opal than anything, and that is the Living Luminizer that is so well known by RMS. And these come in like little pots, kind of like MAC paint pot or something like that. So you do get a lot of product in there, and if you would rather have variety or just I can't take myself seriously with this highlight, but if you'd rather, you know, have more variety or don't think that you would use up that cream product before it goes bad, then maybe this is the way to go. I went a little heavy on the nose highlight. Doesn't look as bad in person as it does on camera. For the eyeshadow palette, this is one I've been wanting to dip into again recently, but you know, it's fallen by the wayside, as does a lot of things in my collection. But it is the Ccolor The Frost palette. Ccolor, if you're not aware, is a company that dupes higher end palettes. This one happens to be a dupe for one of the Kylie palettes. It was a holiday release where she had the Naughty palette and the Nice palette, and this is the dupe for the Nice palette. And it looks like this. I think this is just such a beautiful color story. But the thing that really excites me about this palette is I actually think it's a beautiful palette for transitioning from summer into fall. There are no shade names, so I will just point out the shades to you as I go. And I think I'm going to start off with this like pinky mauve shade down here. I believe I've only used this palette once or twice other than today, so I'm excited to use this. Like I said, I'm just going to put this shade into my transition. I do really love the formula in here though. I can't even believe how inexpensive these palettes are for how good they are. I'm curious if you guys have tried any other Ccolor cosmetic palettes, or this one. I also have the Savannah palette, which is a dupe for the Natasha Denona Safari palette, and I'm so glad I picked that one up because I just feel a lot better about paying, like, I think they're only like $7 or $8, you know, whereas the Safari palette, even at half off, is $65, which I believe it was half off for a little while. But definitely at $129. I really want to see what this sort of burnt salmon color might look like, if in fact that is what it is. I'm going to take this on a little angled brush, and I'm going to put this in the outer V of the lid as well as up into the crease. I'm really honestly just kind of playing around. There's definitely one shade in here that I want to include in terms of a shimmer. As I am filming this, we're about not even a week out from starting school here. It will be online for my kids for sure. We knew that already, but all kids here where we live are going online until at least the middle of October. So, you know, I don't know about you guys, but I really start getting stressed out with all of the back to school emails and things like that. It's just so many duplicates, and it kind of stresses me out because my email is such a freaking cluster. You know, it's such a mess. I don't know why. All right, so the other eye product that I was thinking about incorporating in today's video is one I've had for quite some time, but haven't used on my eyeballs at all. It comes from Nudestix. It is one of their magnetic luminous eye color pencils, and this is in the shade Rustic Grotto. It's really pretty. I originally thought maybe it was like a coppery shade, but it's actually more bronze. So I kind of thought maybe I'd wing this out a little bit and, I don't know, use it as a little bit of a liner. We shall see. First and foremost, I'll kind of flick it out from the lower lash line and then start bringing it in along the upper lash line. And then I also want to put the teeniest bit on the lower lash line. Now I'm going to go in with my angled liner brush. Here you are. And I'm going to again start from the lower lash line and kind of flick this out a little bit. Because of my eye shape, I flick it kind of almost straight out, almost horizontal. Yes, that's the word. And then I'm going to just start blending in toward the inner part of the eye. And I'm just going to fade it. And then I'm going to do the same thing along the lower lash line. Right, that's definitely what I was looking for. I do think I'm going to take some directly off of the pencil here and sharpen things up on that wing, as well as thicken it just ever so slightly. I don't know about any of you, if you have trouble making a wing liner or anything like that, I really find it much easier to pick something up on an angled brush like this. You can go smaller or whatever is comfortable to you, but I just find it so much easier to pick up on a brush. And then I'm going to just smudge a little bit of this same shade sort of in the crease and then out to meet that wing without disturbing that wing. I would love to have so many more of these Nudestix pencils. They have a set, I'll put it up on the screen here, that's like $75 that I would love to have just because of the cool colors in there. I do really like stuff like this, and I do use things like this a lot more in my everyday life. Back to that little angled brush and that burnt salmon-y color. And I'm going to use this to blend out the lower lash line a little. And then I'm also going to reinforce this color on the outer V. So the shade I really want to use on the lid is this one right here. It comes off really peachy, so I'm hoping that stays and translates on the eye. And I'm going to start this all the way on the inner corner. I just felt some fallout. Good job, Kyra. And then I'm going to bring the opaque color in as far as where we stopped with that liner, and then I'm just going to sort of fade it back along the crease. It's a nice fade. And then lastly, but certainly not leastly, I'm going to go into this shade right here. I don't know how it's going to translate on the eyes. It's one of those shades that looks white, but then you get it on the eye and it has like that little bit of a yellow tinge to it. So I'm going to put that on the inner corner and sort of along the lower lash line a little bit. For mascara, this product is one that I tried a long time ago, probably before my channel, and I didn't like it. But I'm pretty sure that I've learned a lot and sort of grown my mascara routine, if you will. So I did repurchase this because it's a favorite for so many people here on the YouTube and just in general. And that is the Essence Lash Princess. This is the False Lash Effect. I did try this out yesterday and I really liked it. So we'll see. This is definitely like my kind of wand and everything. I think maybe it was just like user error the first time I tried it and just really didn't know what I was doing. Alright. I feel like I got way too much, but whatevs. Alright, I'm going to do the other eye, attempt to do something with the hair, and then I will be back and we'll do lips. Alright, we are back, and assessing the situation, I think I want a little more blush. Are we surprised? No. And I'm going to pick it up on the same brush that we used for bronzer. It's a little bit more dense and I feel like it's going to help get that desired pigment. I think we'll see here. I don't know. I think this might be part of why I don't wear this blush. Such a strong glow to it. And it's the same kind of problem that I feel like I have with NARS Orgasm, and that is that there's more glow than there is pigment. And I don't know. This just may not be the blush for me. If it's not for me, I can tell you it will be for my bestie because she loves a glowy blush and she doesn't really mind if there's a lot of base pigment, and it looks stunning on her because she does have a little bit of a deeper complexion. Not even a deeper complexion, more like more of a suntan. So we are up to lips. I went ahead and lined with my Holy Grail MAC Whirl lip pencil from MAC, just to establish a lip line, and then I'm going to go in with another Nudestix product. This is their Intense Matte Lip Plus Cheek Pencil in the shade Purity. I've only used this a couple of times. It's a little bit deeper, so I'm going to like kind of apply this around the lip line and then smudge it in, and then we have a gloss. Already they look fuller because of that lighter bit in the middle of the lips. And for gloss, I've used this a few times lately, but this is actually a product that I decluttered to my daughter, and then she was like going through her makeup and she was like, "Mom, do you want this back? I never use it." And by that time I was kind of really back into like highlighting the center of my lips, and that is the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Creme Brulee. I had originally given it to her because it was too light for my lip shade, but it works really nice in a capacity like this where I'm looking for a lighter lip in the center. So here is the final look. What do you think? I think going back over the products, I'm definitely not a fan of the Living Luminizer on the Cupid's bow or the nose. I think it might be pretty on the cheekbones, especially even like under a blush on a more no makeup kind of day, or along with other cream products, but I didn't really love it in the application that I used it today. it worked out fine in terms of, you know, over here on the cheeks, but I will keep playing with that one. And you know what? Verdict's out on these two. Like I said, I'm going to keep trying the BareMinerals one for sure, but I've had this in my collection for so long, and I just don't love the way it looks on my skin. I love this palette. If you're just looking for sort of a fun color story that's both warm and cool, both summer and fall, I think this would be beautiful. Let me know if you want to see more looks from that one. Love the lip combo. So let me know down below what you guys thought of this video, of this look, of any of the products that I talked about today. Thank you so much for spending part of your day here with me today. I love chatting with you guys, and I love talking about makeup. And if you did like today's video, I would absolutely love and appreciate it if you would give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. And with all of that said, I hope you're staying safe and well, and I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful, not neglected makeup days. And I will see you in my next video real soon. What a goober.